Hi everybody, it's Kiara. Oh, let me fix this hair. Okay, that's a little bit better. Hi Kiara. Hi Kiara. I should probably just start over, but I'm not going to. I'll let you chuckle at me. Hi everyone. This is Kiara. This is my channel about cross stitch, floss tube, cross stitch, floss tube. Oh God, guys, I'm like out of it today. Quilting, craftiness, anything I feel like talking about. It's been about 3 weeks since I've made a video, and I haven't done a lot. When I was here last time, I was telling you about going to Washington, D.C. I went to Washington, D.C., had a great time. Took me about till Thursday this week to recover. It was a great time. So much DAR stuff. I'm the regent of my DAR chapter and a state chair, so I have a lot of things going on right now. So craftiness has been taking a hit. But I got home, getting ready to go and coming back. I didn't really do a lot, and then I was uninspired this week. So I really did nothing, and then yesterday I decided to take my room apart a little bit and rearrange a tiny bit. I found a couple things, and I got a little bit inspired. That's probably the number one reason I did it, is because besides some of it just being really messy, I wanted to be inspired again. And the other thing I did is I had put a quilt on the long arm that I wanted to finish before July 4th. It's still not 100%, but it's quilted. Goal this week is to finish it 100%. Oh, excuse me. Not feeling the best still. I had a cold at the beginning of the week, and now I'm just like, eh. So that's what's going on. So I'll show you what I'm working on. I'm starting a new project because my other ones are not really inspiring me, but I have one. I had signed up for the mystery Christmas sew-along that Fat Quarter Shop does every year, and they do a Christmas one and a Halloween one. I'll show you last one's Halloween one because it's on my table, because I'm going to show you. But it got delayed because not all the fabric came in. Fine, yeah, I'll pay for it when it comes, and I'll do it then. But I said I'm going to start something else, but I'm going to finish something. And one of my goals, if you remember at the beginning of the year, I had these lists and everything, and I've like fallen off the wagon with them. So actually what I'm going to do is make new lists. I'm going to make new lists. We're going to go over these a little bit. This is probably a little bit of a long one. I'm feeling kind of chatty. I'm procrastinating working on a cross stitch. I have a Sunday cross stitch that is for NASCAR. I stitched during NASCAR, and I'm putting it off right now. But I'll go and I'll put some stitches in it while the race is on. It'll be a long one. But this is my list. We'll go over these a little bit, and I'll show you some of the stuff. Number one, when I was cleaning, I found this table runner. Did I introduce myself? If I didn't, I'm Kiara. I live in Northwest Arkansas. As you can tell by how I sound, I am not from Northwest Arkansas. I am a native New Yorker who moved here 5 years ago. We love it. I'm on summer vacation. I'm a special ed para in a school. I'm a DAR member. I love genealogy. I love all kinds of crafts, which you might start seeing more of them come in here depending on my time. So anyway, getting back to this, I found this project. It's a table runner. It's from a Sew Sampler. I don't know if this says, okay, this was my first time doing the Sew Sampler. This is from, the copyright on this pattern is 2020. It's a Lori Holt pattern. This is from the flea market line, and we got sparkle paper. So I had done this a while ago. Okay, and here it is. And I had quilted it. So it was just sitting on one of my bookshelves. And then I found a binding that was already made. And since this is a table runner, I knew it would fit. So yesterday I put the binding on this. So this is a fully finished. So I'm actually gonna go put it on one of my credenzas and leave it out for non-seasonal stuff. The quilting on this was when I was learning how to use my Moxie, and it's not very good, but it's good enough for what I'm gonna use it for. So I was learning about tension and stuff. So that was number one. So now I can file that pattern away. I was surprised I even found the pattern when I was cleaning. The other thing I worked on was, I did before I went away, this is block 1 of the Designer Mystery 2025, just started. There, I signed up for this for no other reason. I have no business doing another Designer Mystery. None at all. I have never finished one, fully finished one. I haven't even made a top out of any one that I've done. For those that don't know, I've only been quilting since 2020. I've sewn since 2010. I made girls' clothes. They used to be my dress form used to be here. I moved my long arm, so I only have about 18 inches to come into my room now. So I had to move it, but she might come back here. Right now she's on a book. She's standing on a shelving unit, and then I can admire her when I'm in my room. So this is block 1. I signed up to do this because for no other reason than it was Corey Yoder fabric. I love Corey Yoder, so. And usually there's enough fabric to finish a whole nother quilt. So that is done. Let me put that, my ironing table backs up to this table, so I'm gonna put that on my ironing. Then the other thing I did is I trimmed this quilt. This is my Pat Sloan block a day quilt from a few years ago, from 2021, because I cut this out when I lived in my rental here. Okay, so, and I have the binding all made. So this is gonna get bound this week. So you'll probably see this one more time, and then it's gonna go live somewhere else in my own house. I'm not giving it away. The next thing I did, I have to move, guys, is my hair is in my mouth, is I quilted, and this is the one I wanted done for, and I'll put I'm not going to put a picture at the end of the quilting and everything, even though I might, okay, because I did take one. But this is my Sweet Land of Liberty. I quilted it. It's a pale gray omni thread. I have a Moxie. I have the original Moxie that came out, the 15-inch thing. If I ever get any money, I might go up to an XL, or I might go to an Amara. So this is it. The only thing I did different is I put an extra border on. So one of my goals for 2025 is not to buy a lot. Okay, so I was like, oh, I don't know if I have a binding for this, so hold on, let me just fold this a little bit. Okay, I was like, I don't know if I have a binding for this or what. So I had found this, and I was like, oh, that would be perfect, but I didn't have enough. Okay, this is what's left after I did the table runner. Well, I should have went poking around before I did that on the table runner, because this is leftover from a backing of a quilt I did, and this is 108. So I have enough here that I probably can get 5 or 6 more strips, and I should have enough to go around. I'm gonna see. Let's see, because I do 2.5, so yeah, I should have enough with what's here. I can get 6 strips out of this. 2.5, 4 is 10. I have like 18 inches, so I should have enough here to go around with the little bit I have here. So otherwise I could do this, which would look good, but this one's gonna look so much better. So I'm just gonna keep this with it in case I need to do something, but I am so excited because that's gonna get done. Then that's all I did this week. I have a lot of quilt projects, okay? And I might do a whip parade of quilt projects to see, but I might not. But I'm going to tell you about what I'm working on and what my plans are. So since I had told, one thing I want to do is, this is my cotton cuts here. This is, I don't know, Kathy just put it, I don't know if this is clue 5, clue 6. This is cotton cuts, clue 6 of 10. Wow. Okay, so this is my clue 6. I'm up to date on this. I am doing the Songbird. This is Cheddar at Twilight by Riley Blake, and I'm really liking it. I like putting it together. I didn't assemble my Wild West yet. So, was it Wild West? I think it was Wild West. So this is Songbird. I'm enjoying this one more. I really love the colors on this one. So I would like to do that this week, which I probably will because that takes nothing. So the next thing is I am going to quilt on my Juki. This is last year's Spooky and Sweet Quilt, Mystery Spooky and Sweet Quilt Kit. And it came with everything, including the backing. So I'm gonna find a gray and I'm gonna do this in gray. Actually, I think I have a gray right here. I probably have a gray right here. Some Aurifil, I'm gonna wind a bobbin, a couple bobbins and do this. I thought about finding a different backing, but they gave us this backing and they gave us this. I don't know if this is gonna be the binding or if I'm gonna find some fun Halloween binding, because I have some Halloween here or I might order something. I'd get something from Hobby Lobby, but Hobby Lobby doesn't sell Halloween, and though I could run up to the quilt store and get like a half a yard or something, but excuse me. I came home from Washington DC with a cold, so I'm finally feeling better, but I have a very dry throat, and this is the binding. So I'll probably just use this, and this is, okay, when I say that Fat Quarter Shop gives you a lot of extra fabric, these are the extra fabrics from this kit. So, I mean, it'll just go into my, I won't even cut this down. I'll just throw these pieces in when I'm done. And these were all Bella Solid, so I'll just throw them in for if I need anything. So that's the next thing, one of the things I want to work on this week. Put that on there. Okay, we'll save this one. Then I decided the one project I'm going to work on, I only have 3 blocks left to finish this before I have to assemble it, because it's the Christmas Jolly Bar sampler, and I want to get this one done and completed before they start the Jolly Bar 5, I think it is. They're doing a sampler, and I've done every sampler. So I like samplers, I don't get bored. So I have, this is from week 3. I have to make this block, this block, this block, and this block. And so I cut out this block, and it's right here. This is a line by Stacy Itsu. There's one part of this sew along I am not doing. I've made the executive decision. It had, before you assemble it, you're supposed to make 26 of this block, and I don't feel like doing it. So I'm just gonna go online. I have a whole extra layer cake, so I may just cut the layer cake and make a border to put it like a piano board, not a piano border, but just like stack them. What I might do, okay, you're supposed to make a border with these, okay? These are supposed to make a border. So I think I'm not gonna do all the twist blocks, but I'm going to cut out the 26 and make a border on these, with these, alternating, and then put it between 2 things of white. So that's where I am on this. So I'm gonna keep that book there so I have my directions. The next thing I cut out is I have 3 more blocks to do on the 2024 Designer Mystery, and I really love this quilt, so I really want to finish it. So my goal is to cut this out. This is cut out, and I'm going to sew this today, probably later on. Then I decided on a new project. I decided to start a new project, and this is going to take me several months to do. I have had this kit since, I don't know. It was a monthly program, and it was called Among the Stars Again, and it's this book, okay? But I am doing this colorway, and it's Joanna Figueroa fabric, okay? So I have cut out month 1, where I'm making 2, 1 of each of these. So I'm gonna start it. I have no intentions of getting it done by the fall. I just have had this kit forever, and I have wanted to start it. So I'm starting it. I've decided life is too short. I have a lot going on. Doing these blocks, just getting the blocks done makes me feel productive. So I'm gonna do them. And if I die with 7 zillion whips, I die with 7 zillion whips. But you know what? My girls love the quilt. So I made myself a list of what I'm going to work on this week. I'm gonna bind the Disney quilt. I'm gonna trim Sweet Land of Liberty. I'm gonna make the binding, and I'm gonna bind it. I'm gonna sew the Holiday Tree Box. I'm gonna sew the Designer Mystery 2024 Block 9, and I'm gonna sew my cotton cuts. So that's where I am on that. So here is my list of stuff that I wanted to work on over the summer. This list is getting edited because I'm no longer loving. So the strippy spools, I have made I've cut the whole quilt out. I decided I'm not making the whole quilt. I don't want to make the whole quilt. It's a big quilt, and I'm making it for in my sewing room. So I have 3 bobbins and 3 spools made. I think I'm gonna make 1 more and like square it off a little bit, and get it done and consider it done. So I'm cutting that down. I am working on the bobbin blooms, which was a sew sampler from 2024. I am gonna finish that quilt because it's a small quilt and I want it for in here, so I'm gonna finish that. Assemble my Wild West. I think I'm gonna put my Wild West away until I have some time because I have to figure that out, okay? Catch up and finish my Designer Mystery 2024 blocks. I'm gonna keep that on. And then I have on here, cut the Designer Mystery finishing. I would like to get that cut out. If I don't get that cut out, I'm gonna be okay, but I actually would like to get it cut out before I go back to work in August. And I figured that's something I can do. If it's cut out, I can assemble it here and there. My month 2 of Heartfelt. My Heartfelt, I'm gonna push back a little bit. I know where all the pieces are. That was a Make-A-Wish kit, and I'm gonna just push it back, and it might roll into 2026. And it might be one of my focuses for 2026. The next one on here is the month 2 of Stardust. I would like to do that. I have to find where I put the kit in here. So I believe it's all starched and everything. I just have to find it and get it ready to go. Grandma's Kitchen. I am gonna work on Grandma's Kitchen. I love the look of the quilt. Just life happened. Assemble my Simply Jelly Roll quilt. That is gonna get finished. That will probably be something I focus on when I finish the Jolly Bar Christmas quilt. Because that's just putting it together. That's just cutting the stuff and putting it together. And then Millie's Dresses. Millie's Dresses I am going to continue working on because I want that quilt. So my list over here was, okay, it's not too bad. I'm gonna edit it and I'm gonna fix it. Okay, so then there was the rest of my lists that I have, and I put them on a bulletin board, and I need to go through them. On here, one of the new projects was the vintage Christmas. I did a couple blocks. I'm gonna put that on the side. I don't have it in me. I don't have the wherewithal to do it right now. And I'm not a big fan of the 6-inch blocks. So that's where I am. I may make a couple more and make a small wall hanging out of it and call it that. The other things I have here, it's a Noel pillow and a heart pillow. I'm gonna keep those. I came across my heart pillow, the fabrics and the stuff I kitted up. I was like, okay, I wanna do this. This I still wanna do. A lot of the other stuff on this list things I would like to work on, I'm putting on. Among the Stars is here. Among the Stars has been on my list to do for years, and that's why I decided I'm going to do it. Every time I look at it, I was like, I want to do this. I want to do this. So that's why it moved up, because I still want to do it. A lot of my other ones on this list, I'm just gonna put them in boxes. Some of them I've cut up, some of them I haven't. I'm gonna put them in boxes, and I'm just gonna put them on my shelf for now. And when I need a project that I want to do, I'll pull them out. But they're not bringing me joy right now. So if you're not bringing me joy right now, I'm not going to invest and be mad at the project. I'd rather put the project away, and then when I have time off and I have something I want to finish, I can do it. I mean, like I flamed out on my March block a day. March is hard because Pat Sloan always does the block a day, and I always want to do them, and I always love them. But spring break is in March, and we go away. So if I go away, I lose my mojo. If I'm home, I feel great, and I want to do them. So I will finish the one because I came across the blocks, and I was like, I still like this. Okay, I will work on this. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut. I need to free up my design boards, or I need to find something else to use besides design boards to put my pieces on. I love design boards, but they're expensive, and I don't have it in me to make them. I had somebody on Etsy that made 3 for like $30, like 13-inch ones, but they don't sell them anymore. And they never go on sale. So I have to figure that one out. So that's where I am. I have 2 more quilts on my quilt list to be quilted during the summer, and I think I'm gonna actually add a couple others, because this week when I was long arming, I had such joy when I was doing it. So I was like, okay, so when I don't want to do something, excuse me, when I don't want to do something, this is what I need to do. So I have my chicken salad up to go on the Moxie next, but I have to make backing for that. Excuse me. I have like a post-nasal drip. It's so gross. So chicken salad is on to get quilted over the summer. So I'm looking forward to that. I'll make my backing. And then the other one was the Halloween small. So I have a lot of other ones that I need to do. Let's see, over here I have my national parks. I have my toffee bars. I have my Cuddle Up sampler, which I need to get backing for. My Sweet Land of Liberty, I used a Hobby Lobby backing, and I really liked it. It was a decent backing. Backings are expensive, guys. If you didn't know, backings are really expensive. I have a couple Jolly Bar quilts. Actually, I have my Perfect 10 and a Jolly Bar quilt over here to do. That's just what I have out. My box is in the closet. Maybe we need to revisit my box. Oh, here I have the Perfect 10, the Jolly Bar sampler, chicken salad, Holiday Hoopla. I don't even remember what Holiday Hoopla looks like, guys. Yeah, that I can do on here. my rainbow triangle quilt. I might do my rainbow triangle quilt because that might just be a loopy meander, because then I have my Kris Kringle pattern from Teresa Kogut. And then my, okay, what I need to do, guys, is I need to go through this list and see what's still on here that I need to quilt and what's not on here, and do that. Because there are quilts on here that I know that I have. So I need to, we might have a quilt to quilt. What do I need to quilt thing? But I think I'm gonna load the chicken salad this week, because I gotta show you the backing I got, because it's right here. Because I have to make backing for this one. This is what I got, and I got this more than for the color. I loved the color. Now I don't believe, no, see, this is just a 42, but I love the flowers and the texture on this. And this is Hobby Lobby fabric, and it's a pretty decent weight. Plus, this is not a quilt that I'm going to use. It's more for display and the story behind it. For those that don't know, this is the chickenless chicken salad quilt that Kimberly from Pat Quarter Shop did, and then Pat Sloan redid it. Well, I went through, when I did mine, my grandparents had a dairy farm, and I grew up partially on a farm because we spent a lot of time there. So this is the quilt my sister also would like, and this is done totally from scraps. Okay. So this is it. And I got it more for the colors than anything else. But this is the quilt my sister is trying to steal from me. And my daughters have already said no. So I am thinking of ordering the Farmer's Daughter quilts that she has coming out. And then, did you see the Quilt Seeds geese that she's coming out? I'm a child of the 80s. I was born in the 70s, in the early 70s. And I grew up in the 80s, graduated high school in the 80s. The geese that everybody had, like the porch geese and stuff, my mom had one we went in our house, and there was a closet and an entryway, and she had a goose in there that, you know, they were very big. So I'm thinking of doing one of those as like a wall hanging. I'm also going to be in the June sampler box was Tulip Pink owls, and I'm going to do one of those because I'm going to do some of these ones that I want to do like this that I only want to do one block of. I'm going to do them, and I'm going to put them in here somewhere because they make me happy. Just doing one block of something makes me extremely happy. And I mean, how many pillows? But I mean, I have a lot of wall space in here. So between my cross stitch and the other stuff, I will do that. So I'm rambling, but I had so much fun visiting with you today. I probably would have had more quilting done, but I was on a big cross stitch kick. I'm actually gonna go cross stitch now. My son, if you've been here, I have told you about it. My son had an incident in May, and we've been dealing with the aftermath. We're still dealing with the aftermath. We just had, we'd seen a cardiologist a few weeks ago. He referred us to an electrophysiologist who deals with the wiring in your heart. So we're waiting to hear back from him because my son has to have a procedure. Hopefully we can get this all done before school. But it requires us traveling to Little Rock. So cross stitch has been the thing for me lately, because if my husband's doing something, we don't want to leave my son alone. It's because he also suffers from epilepsy, and which is seizures. We don't feel comfortable leaving him where nobody is, especially since he doesn't talk. He can't yell for help. So So one of us has already been there, so I can do cross stitch in the same while I'm sitting with him. So quilting, I'm stuck in here. Not stuck. So we have that. So I appreciate all the prayers that you've been giving towards my son. His name is James. Keep them coming. I will update you when I know more. But that is what's going on. I'm actually finally feeling inspired again, so that makes me very happy. So I probably be back in a few days. I am going to come back with a floss tube in a little bit because I have a couple things I finished and I've been working on a lot of stuff. But that's all I've got. I hope you have a wonderful the rest of your weekend. I hope your July 4th was good. I hope everything is going good, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye.